Hello there. Welcome to Axe channel. This is Mr. Mahmoud Saber, your instructor for this session. Today we are going to talk about Wuthering Heights Chapter 3. Catherine and Heathcliff as children. Mr. Earnshaw came back from a long journey and brought a dirty black-haired gypsy child. He found him when he was traveling to Liverpool. It was some business trip, and when he found that little boy, he was afraid that he would die from the bad weather there, so he decided to bring him to his house. Catherine and Heathcliff became great friends, but Hindley hated him and was often cruel to him, because Mr. Earnshaw loved Heathcliff more than his son, Hindley. Heathcliff became to be the favorite for Mr. Earnshaw, and that made Hindley very jealous of him and tried to get rid of Heathcliff. But at last Hindley decided to travel and study abroad. And Hindley, as a result of that, became very cruel to Heathcliff. Mr. Earnshaw grew old and ill. Heathcliff became even more his favorite, and Hindley often quarreled with his father. Hindley was sent away to study, as we said. Catherine was a wild, wicked girl. Servants had to watch her every moment of the day to stop her playing her tricks on them. Catherine was so much fond of Heathcliff, and the worst punishment for her was to keep her separate from him. As we see in here, after some time, Heathcliff became so close to Catherine, and they spent most of the time together as children, of course. And the worst punishment for Catherine at that time is to keep her away from Heathcliff. Mr. Earnshaw found peace. That means he died quietly in his chair by the fire. Joseph, the servant, was reading his Bible at the table, while Catherine had her head on her father's knee. Heathcliff and Catherine started crying loudly and bitterly too. When they knew about Mr. Earnshaw's death, they started to cry, both of them. Of course, Heathcliff loved him very much, and Catherine too. Ellen, the servant, Ellen Dean, as we remember, Ellen Dean went to the children's room. They were imagining the dead man in a beautiful distant place, far from the troubles of this world. Joseph told her to fetch the doctor. Now let's move to quiz time. Why does Ellen Dean go to Wuthering Heights? Because her mother was a servant with the Earnshaw family. And why were Catherine and Hindley angry with their father? Because he didn't bring them presents when he went to Liverpool, and instead of bringing them some presents, he brought them the gypsy boy, Heathcliff. Look what I have brought you. This is Mr. Earnshaw to his kids, Heathcliff. To his kids, Catherine and Hindley, when he came back from Liverpool and brought Heathcliff with them instead of bringing presents. Oh, he is dead. Heathcliff, he is dead. These words said by Catherine to Heathcliff when her father died. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your time with me.